MrFickles.
Hey, welcome to Terra Mystica Showcase Game. Fjords. No landscape, no fan factions. I'm joined today by Barnawal, and we're gonna get a chance to cast this super sweet game. How you doing, man?
Hey, Fickles, I'm doing good. As I was talking to you about before, I'm excited. I can't wait. I think for me, Fjords is my favorite map, so I always love seeing games on Fjords. There's a lot of options for players on the map and lots of potential for really high scores. So I always know when I'm watching a game, I want to see booming economies and like massive scores and maybe the occasional like little tall game.
I feel
But
like
Fjords has potential for everything. So I'm excited to see what these players do on it.
did the Tommy Salami exploration change you? I feel like around there you started being like, I want to go for 200.
A little bit, you know, when you get a taste of it, it's like chocolate or whatever. You get a little lick and you just kind of want to keep going.
Hey, what's up? Scoomy in the house. Xevoc, how you doing? Philippe Bart. All right, this is gonna be fun.
Sweet.
Xevoc, I'm still cheering for you in Arena. That was an awesome game though yesterday. Xevoc, did you get a chance to watch the stream? We were enjoying that quite a bit. That was really
Yeah,
fun.
so in Arena right now, so Bonus is the top competitor, right? Who's
Yeah.
the guy's not in the Discord, but I know he's a good player. I've seen a little bit around. It's been a while. Like, hasn't Xevoc like won that last few seasons or something? Like, who's won the recent
Yeah,
ones?
Xevoc definitely won the last season. I think Claybo won the one before that, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't have my history down. Xevoc saying, after watching yesterday's game, bummed how he didn't take Workers Action and do SH in the East Town. Yeah. Yeah. It was complicated, though. It was definitely complicated.
Yeah, I don't know if it ultimately would have made enough of a difference. If D5 gets dug, like regardless, there's not much you can do. You get the 11-point town instead, I guess. You get a few extra points, but I don't know if that was enough. But I wasn't really calculating closely, so yeah.
Right.
Whatever. But regarding the arena stuff, like if Bonus wins, that would be a massive upset. Like not just against Xevoc, but just in general. Like it'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, like especially with classic settings, given how many strong players there are. What's up, Fatty? How you doing? All right. It looks like the players are just starting the table, so we're like about to. Oh, Xevoc's analyzing yesterday's game. He thinks he could get +2 more from cults and a better town with those, even if he doesn't get the last dwelling. Oh wow, and doesn't have to take the power town. Right.
Right, I forgot to face me to cults. Yeah,
I can see that though,
Nice.
Xevoc, because like you kind of wanted to go for the dream of getting all the way down, and you just want to give yourself that chance. At least that's my interpretation of it. So I kind of understand that too, because it's like it'd be so cool if you could have gotten all the structures down. But I guess we should have assumed you'd get dug. All right, we have a game, and do we have a doozy here? Barnawal, you want to talk about or introduce our players here? So we
Yeah, so I'm just opening it up. Ooh, okay. We got 4 super strong players. We got Xevoc, who we were just talking about. Eirik Olavsson, who won a Premier League, but maybe it was the most recent Premier League. I kind of forget. But anyways, yeah, we got Eirik, the creator of the Hidden Cup himself. Terra, who's a great player, and not only is he a really good player, but he said before that he likes Fjords the best, and it's his best map. Kezilu is more of like an up-and-coming player who's really like emerged recently. And then the Hidden Cup really like, especially was where he emerged, like finishing second, a turn-based stage, and doing really well. And so, yeah, 4 super strong players, and we got round 4 digs into round 5 towns here.
All right, yeah, let's check out our setup. All right, round 4 digs into round 5 towns. Interesting. Oh, this is a cool track. Okay, we haven't seen much prioritization of big buildings lately, I feel like, and so it's kind of nice, at least I on my streams, so it's nice to see a setup here with big building scroll in and big building round 1 and 3. I hope that doesn't just turn into like, yeah, I hope this is, hopefully this doesn't just turn into like boring, sanctuaries round 3 for boring favors. But yeah, okay. All 3 power scrolls are missing. Interesting. So no ship scoring, no temp ship, and no worker power.
Yeah, and I think with regards, just to what your other point before, talking about like the round 1 and 3 big buildings,
Yeah.
it's kind of like sometimes like that, yeah, I guess it can be boring because people can just take a scoring favor in round three of the sanctuary. But with like round four digs and the round five towns, like you can kind of ignore that round three big building round and use
Yeah.
instead from the cults to dig or I don't know. There's more options, like I
So
think, because it's really good late game scoring, and so it might make sense to
yeah,
play not to overvalue those big building rounds early and just focus later in the track. Also round
Barnawal.
buildings, which is great with scoring, just expanding your economy. So that into round four digs into round five towns seems like a really cool combo.
Also, very
Over the
key.
big buildings.
Yeah, very key here is all the air reward right before the digging round. Like someone could try to, you know, crank up air cult and then come off of that round loaded with workers for a digging round would be really cool. All right, our faction matchups almost set. Giants 1, Auren 2. So who put in Auren? Kezilu? Okay, Eirik put in Giants. Xevoc Alchemists. And now it's in the hands of Terra Steel.
Does he go messy or does he go clean? Big question here, right? What
So,
could you what could you put in to make a mess? You could put in
hey, what's up, Ozzy?
blue.
I think Giants on Fjords are also very cool. Just like with all the like digging to reds and then and the shipping to reds, like both of those avenues are pretty attractive. Cultists! Oh, he's a goof. All right.
I was actually weirdly excited to see cultists. I guess because I play mostly turn-based, you just don't see a lot of cultists because they just turn turn-based into a slog. So a
Yeah.
lot of people don't like them in turn-based, like myself
Yeah.
included. But like, yeah, real time would be interesting. And then Terrace's already talking about opening Stronghold with cultists, which we know is a great strategy. And so that really, really strong. But
Wow.
no,
Okay.
anyways, yeah, we got like a friendlier matchup here.
It's also a harder map for cultists. I mean, I'm assuming you agree with that. Like, this is a much harder map for
Yeah.
them than base map, right?
It definitely is, yeah. I feel like in Fjords as cultists, like you really have to ship, especially when there's no like spade cult rewards. There is like you're gonna start on a spade bonus, which is really good. But like yeah, I feel like at least like you don't have on base like you have the great digging territory of 2 for 1 digs, stuff like
Yeah.
that. You don't have like great leech hex on Fjords like you do on base map as cultists and stuff. So I find like you kind of need to ship to get around the map.
It's interesting. So, are you looking at 2 ship for cultists round 2? Is that what you're looking at? I mean, that's
Oh.
kind of what I would think.
Yeah, you're getting me to look ahead a little bit here, Fickles. Let's see. There's no temp ship. Might not be the easiest to get the 2 ship round two. When you open, okay, well, so you're gonna presumably start with a spade as cultist, although you don't have to. You could take a priest. You could take big building and open double temple, and you got some other options.
Big building scroll here for big building round is really nice. And the other thing we should call out is there's no temple round, which is good for cultists, and there's 2 cults are stacked. Um, these
The
early
cult,
worker rewards are really good for cultists.
yeah, they're juicy. I kind of like going like not taking the spade as cultist. Is that crazy? And
Yeah,
going
talk it
double
through.
temple?
No, I don't think it's crazy. I think people don't think outside the box enough with this stuff.
Yeah, it's just not like on base map I would take spade, no question. Like if you
Hmm.
get 2 for 1 is so good, but it's just not as good on fjords. Okay, I'm a bit undecided. Like it's not as good in fjords, but you do have a color neighbor, and so there's maybe some hex pressure that you want the spade for. But like yeah, like we talked about, like you just want to ship early as cultists on this map, and if you go double temple round one and you get more firework like workers from the fire cult, and then like you're taking fire one with one of the favors for sure, and you're getting coins to go to 2 ship round two, like with your 2 priest production,
Hmm.
secure some natural browns, and kind of use that to catapult your game forward. Like that to me
This
might be
is
a better strategy than opening spade, and I don't know where you're digging with the spade, but nothing looks that juicy.
Yeah. So I think giants are
Yeah,
4 coins in a cult step. Is that right? I think so.
yeah. Let's look at the other factions more.
Um,
Okay, so
so
I
I
guess we could say there's 3 good bonuses, and Giants end up with that. Yeah, that seems most likely.
like because priest tier is really good too. Um, Big building's amazing for a faction that wants to open a stronghold, which Auren and Alchemists are very happy to do. It's not impossible. I mean, you rarely see a sanctuary open for cultists, but I, I'm, I don't. I mean, you could do it on big building scroll in a big building round. Um, yeah, like seeing Auren or Alchemist get big building scroll would be really cool here. which I think is going to happen. We should talk about starting placements, though. What feels natural here?
So, I mean, as Giants, I'm always looking at E5 and D3. Like, those are always the two most natural hexes. And, like, with green in the game, I don't see why you'd go anywhere else. I mean, I guess you could try starting, like, H3 or something to secure that from Cultists.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe that can make sense. I
one
don't
thing
know.
I always wonder about is this H3 to E5 corridor. And can Giants start H3 next to Cultist H4? Will Cultist start H4, and can they then stomp their way up to E5?
Yeah, that could work. I don't see why not. Like, the
Because it's
only, I
really
think the big
nice.
risk is, like, Alchemist taking F4. If given the opportunity, like, cutting through the continent there, it's not, I don't know if they prioritize that, but it's not, like, out of the question for them to do it.
I just think like if these are your first two stomps, like I don't think Alchemists are taking F4 round two, right? Like that seems a bit much.
Unless they open Stronghold, then maybe because they got the big power infusion and like maybe, but you'd think when it's dwelling around, you'd rather just ship. Like you just get the three ship and just go around the map, and
Yeah.
that's pathetic, right? I feel like that's the better path for Alchemists.
So in our cultists, in the world I just described, cultists are H4, which I don't know if they necessarily will be. Alchemists most commonly are like G5, G8 or something, but G5 has the pressure around G6 from Auren, which is a little stressful. What do you
Right.
think?
Do Alchemists consider C5 instead? They consider G3 instead? They can kind of try to loop around that way.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, and another interesting thing is I always like whenever we have brown and green on Fjords, there's always an option for one of them to go in the top left and start there.
Right.
So I usually see it with halflings, but like, what if Auren places their first dwelling C2 and invites cultists to B2? Like, that's a really intriguing option. I still think it's better for halflings and cultists. I don't know why exactly. It's nice extra Auren for sure. It's a nice start for them. They can kind of
Yeah.
cut and still connect, but it's riskier for sure.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think like that like a common one. What I've seen you do a couple times, right, is like brown on B2 and H4, and then you end up taking this red, and then sort of developing out that way. So like I guess if you're H4, if Giants end up H3. So if I'm Giants, I place D3 first, and then I wait to see for the second placement. I'm a
Yeah.
little intrigued with the H3 start, but obviously if cultists aren't down there, you're not going to. Do alchemists bother with G5? Because I guess cultists, you'll know if cultists are on H4, but like if cultists are H4 and Auren are F5, but if giants then want to come up through here, that is a lot of power, so you could even strand it. So maybe it's fine.
Yeah, and I think one of the reads also is if you think you're gonna get the spade as alchemists, like if cultists don't take spade, alchemists can easily take the spade and get out of there no problem.
Sure.
They could also like take, let's say, a cultist take the priest bonus, alchemists might want big building, like that's just really appealing too. But they could also, I don't know, like are Auren gonna dig H6 if given the opportunity? Maybe, but there's also other good options for Auren, like they got their nice 2-for-1s, like in terms of hexes with a spade. So it might be worth the risk for alchemists to start H5 or G5. I probably would because I'm just a sucker for leech. But
Yeah, I
like, and you can, like you said, you can strand it and probably be okay here. Like there's look at the track for alchemists looks super good. We haven't really talked about it, but like you got the big buildings into round 4 digs, which they can crush no problem. Round 5 towns, which is great for them, and then round 6 TPs, like really high scoring. They have everything except for ship BP in the game that they want, and so I think you can just still get like a massive economy going as alchemists and score a ton of points even without that one structure if you have to.
EJ, you can't watch live. Hopefully, you can watch it later. Thanks for checking in, man. Thanks for the encouragement. I mean, this like one thing that I always like on this map as opposed to base map. Alchemist, the key is 3 ship, right? Like is getting to 3 ship, which you don't have 10 ship, but there is pre-scroll in the game. But we've also entertained opening Stronghold. But it feels really like everything about Alchemists. I think I've said this on a past stream on Fjords. Like everything about Alchemists in a situation like this is, can I get to 3 ship round 2? I'm probably exaggerating that a bit, but that's probably where my mind is in this game. And then I think, well, you have options, but like one possibility is to skip round 3 and just load up for round 4 digging.
Oh, yeah. But I think the point about the round two dwellings is especially important here because it's the only dwelling round in the game and because of round four digs. And so, like, you're going to be scoring, if you hit that round well, you're going to be scoring all the points with the dwellings and producing a ton of workers to dig with in round four, which scores a ton of points. And if you miss that round two dwelling spree, you miss out on both those. So, like, I think that's actually a big, like, it's important in general in Fjords, but, like, even more so in this game than other games. Like, I agree with you as well.
Oh
And
man,
even
there's
more so with round five towns. Like, you just want all the economy to hit that round too. So I think the difference between an alchemist like hitting that round two dwelling round and missing it could be huge
is
here.
massive, right? Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
no temp ship, so like, yeah, it's non-trivial figuring out how to do that. If anyone can do it, Terra Steel can. He seems keen on them. They're sleeping on Giants here. Where are
Yeah.
Giants fans in chat? No color. Yeah, let's go Giants. Who went for it? Eirik. It felt right. It felt right.
Yeah, Giants in first seat. It's like you're getting a lot of leech, which is good. The track looks pretty good for Giants. I mean, maybe round three big buildings isn't ideal for them compared to the other factions, but like I don't see a problem with the rest of the track. There's three
Well,
scoring bonuses in.
they
I guess
round
the
four
thing is like
dig. Round four dig's pretty bad.
it's 4 points. Yeah, I guess it's not that good. It's yeah. I guess the thing is the coins from the cults are really good for other factions. Well, Cultists and Auren in particular.
You know,
Oh, Kezilu did the C2 start.
oh, he
Oh
is
yes,
gonna.
okay,
But will Brown
okay.
take that offer? Will Xevoc take that offer? So here's one reason not to: is it puts so much power in the hands of Auren. I mean, you only invite this typically to like help each other out.
Oh my gosh.
What? Xevoc just said he
Oh,
would have started C3 as Giants.
I just saw that. And then Kezilu, as soon as he put go C2, just like says like please in the chat. Come over here.
Wow. Okay. This is exciting.
Oh man.
Interesting.
This
So,
is this is yeah, wow.
so I
Love
know
it.
Barnawal, you and I have both like I think written in Discord about this this combination. I'm a big fan of this, and actually, it's something I'd love to talk more about. Is like when pairs of factions can start at the edge of the map, and it'd be nice as something as a community we could talk more about because it involves this like nonverbal communication, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, it's you kind of you have to cross your fingers a bit when making a move like that because if no one joins him there and then you're just your game's worse, like there's no question about it. It's kind of like a high risk, high reward move, but I think like it benefits both players, right? Because you're just giving each other leech and not other players. You have good territory for yourselves. Like,
I will say that there's a part of it I don't like. In general, I love this brown green synergy. There's a version of this that makes me nervous, which is you've now put like you need this green faction to accept your leech
mm,
offers, and they're your biggest cult competition. In a vacuum, that makes me nervous, but I think those will be early game, and green will not decline early game. So like,
yeah,
you're probably fine, but at a high level, that makes me a little bit nervous, as opposed to being in a spot where multiple people are being offered leech from you at the same time. So we have a lot of action around the D3 Giants hex.
yeah,
Typically,
and
Auren also like to be on F8, so they get this one dig for two hexes as well. So we'll see if he does that. Um,
yeah. I want, and I'm also wondering if Eirik plays the second dwelling on C3. Like, it doesn't seem crazy for Giants. I kind of see like why not place at C3. I don't
yeah,
see any risk to it.
you can
Like,
you can on
get more
one
lead.
ship, like you can still on one ship, get to a couple nice places with a stomp.
Yeah, and I also like so I'm just pointing out in the chat, like Fatty mentioned that like that Kezilu probably knows that Xevoc likes off meta starting spots, and so like I wonder if that was a rationale behind going C2 because he thought Xevoc would be the like very likely to want to do something different with the starting spot as well and to be open to it.
Yeah,
So that's kind of a good point. And if that's true, that's a really good read by Kezilu. And
yeah,
wait, okay, we got the second Auren dwelling. He Kezilu just put it on D5.
D5. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Oh, okay, I see.
It
Yeah.
sets up the one dig for two hexes, and then you don't have to stress as much about giants coming through.
Although, are they connecting? Do they care about connection?
It appears to me they don't care about connection because like another option's like D2, right? Like you could D2 and
Yeah.
just get F, and then plan to come around to some of these later, hopefully, and then you're your connections more secure. So this is partly what makes me nervous now. Is like if you're not connecting as Auren, you need cult points, but now you've got cultists in and you're accepting their leech. We'll see how that shakes out.
It's true, but Auren should get Tukey Town, right? Like, looking at the position, at least it's most likely Auren Town before Cultists. And then Auren are, I think, going to open Stronghold. Well, maybe. Not clear. But they'll have their Stronghold up early one way or another. So I think they actually will do pretty well in cults.
This is going to be intense then. This is going to be very intense. So by the way, Cultists are down to 28. Alchemists are 27. Oh, Eirik is really thinking long about this. This is interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Cultists were bid down as much as they were. Like, I always trust Xevoc and his read, but they're missing a couple things here, which is like ship DP is missing, and then like I said, I think Auren are going to actually win the race to Tukey Town and do better than them on cults. Of course, the cult rewards are great, so like Cultists will still use that really well.
Yeah.
But in terms of network, Alchemists are beating Cultists on network. Giants could do just as well as Cultists on network, and Cultist connections is like perilous here. So to me, it's a lot of points for Cultists. I'd be a bit nervous, like with a color neighbor.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like you need to be a network faction here, but
yeah. Oh, and so a couple of things. So
we have
Giants, I can belong on C3. I should point that out before we miss that.
Yep, Giant C3 and the Cultists did take Spade, but Alchemists did not take Big Building. Presumably, they're like, I got to make sure I get to 3 ship for round 2, and starting on Priest is one way to give me that chance. On the other hand, it's not crazy that's a Priest to fire for Alchemists. I mean, it's really not crazy.
Oh yeah, no, it's such a juicy Priest to fire. It's hard to pass that up. Being on the Priest. I think this is really nice for Auren, right? Like getting Big Building, and they should be able to open Stronghold and 3 dwellings with a single dig.
Well, it's going to be good for Auren in terms of starting to scroll no matter what from C2, which is great.
Right. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Terra does with the Priest.
And Giants are putting their stronghold on C3.
Oh.
Okay.
That's kind of surprising, no?
Well, I guess he's going to try to hell with a bridge link it for a town one of those 2 ways. I guess there's 3 ways to bridge and 2 stomp for a town.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I just put a thought on D3. Well, okay, D3 might be better for an early town, but maybe with round 5 towns, like Giants don't want an early town here. They can score, they can get by without an early town economically. They're getting a lot of leech, and they can just score more with the later towns. Maybe, I wonder if Eirik's thinking that. Yeah.
It would be nice for him, so with 6 stomps. Yeah. Can he still he might still be able to get this town next to Alchemists, next to G5 later, which would be really cool.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, why are Alchemists have no reason to dig there, right? Like, I mean,
yeah.
They can, but it's just, like, no particular reason that's important for Alchemists.
Here's the Auren favor take. Air 2 for Auren. Air 2. Oh. I wonder.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Air 2, so I like it.
I wonder if this is like the playing for Air Cult and hoping to dig in round 4 kind of thing.
It makes some sense. So what are the other options for Auren here? If they don't go Air 2, like Fire 1, I guess? Just with the fire rewards, but it's 1 step.
Yeah.
Yeah, Air 2 makes enough sense. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I will be curious to see if Auren try hitting the round 4 dig rounds. Because I think if you're going early Tukey Town, like that could be a good way to cash in on it, but I haven't really, well, I was going to say I haven't really played Digging Auren, so I don't know, but that's not true. I have played Digging Auren, and it didn't go particularly well, but it was also not what I wanted to do, so I don't know. I'll be curious to see how the game works, what Kezilu's plan is here with it. But I think this game has more potential for like Digging Auren to actually work well. Like lots of worker cults and rewards in the cults. They got lots of good territory for early expansion. Tons of leech. That's a huge difference, actually. I got bad leech in that game.
Yeah, you were stranded. This was in the finals, and you were like stuck in the east with only Gray as a neighbor. And yeah,
yeah.
Jekyll's here. She's saying hi.
That was kind of hopeless.
Hi, Barnawal.
Jekyll's here, Barnawal. She's saying hi. I don't know if you can see her.
Hey, Jekyll. Okay, I was just choppy. I don't know if that was me or you. Oh.
Did it just start?
Yeah, I see y'all now. It was like for 10 seconds, there was just nothing going on for a bit. Yeah, Jacko, what do you think first glance of the game?
I just got home, so
I don't know how quickly you can see everything.
Oh, Cultists! Who put that in?
Terra Steel. So Alchemist went Earth 1. Here comes the Cultist. Oh, okay. I love when Brown can do this. I meant to bring this up during auction, which is it's not clear who's getting double dig, and that when the faction with dig scroll can get double dig, it opens up a lot of different sort of unusual possibilities. This is huge for Brown when they can do this. You get one spin on E7, and then you get the double dig on D4 to set up. And now you have access into the Northeast. You're like, yeah, it's so much easier to spread out. That's huge. And now the race for Two-Key Town is not so obvious.
Yeah, I totally forgot about double dig. So that actually changes a lot. Yeah, or I mean, Cultists can win Two-Key Town here potentially.
I mean, it's not guaranteed.
It's still not on. Yeah.
It's big though.
Because they have to do TPs for it. Like it's a bit weird. Whereas Auren have their stronghold up already, you can just do a couple of dwellings in the TP. I don't know, but it does make it more interesting, yeah.
And he may not want. It's not like Two-Key Town is the end all be all, right? Like, it is. It's fine. So he doesn't.
Zevok it is because Zevok loves it.
That's true. Zevok is.
And with these cult rewards, he's gonna be going for it. Like there's no doubt. He's like. There's such good cult rewards that you're right. You can definitely play without it and like win without it. Just knowing Zevok though, I'm sure he's got it on his mind here.
Yeah. All right. Apparently the stream is a little choppy. Let me just.
So what else? Yeah. What else is
I'll
going on?
be right back. Hey, you.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's just a bit like the video's a bit laggy from my side too. But I'll talk to myself while Fickles is gone here. So like, what's happened? It looks like Alchemists have gotten no leech. Yeah, everyone's done a big leech party in the top left of the map, and Alchemists have gotten nothing. So Terra Steel's gone Earth 1. He's got two. Okay, he advanced ship with one priest, and I bet he's kind of deciding with this last priest whether he's gonna save it for shipping again, or if he's gonna send it to fire and kind of greed out the fire rewards. I don't know. Can he? I mean, I kind of feel like he needs to save it for shipping, right? I don't think he can get a third priest or get a third ship advance in round 2 without it. Like, yeah, Alchemists have had no leech here at all, so it's something we didn't talk about before. But all the leech have been the top left of the map, and so. Like, Alchemists took a priest action, but I think they have to save their priest for shipping. Like, I just don't see how they can afford priest to fire and still get 3 ship next round.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
So, like, that's a pretty big thing.
Alchemist should have started A2. That's the real solution here.
If they wanted to lead, shit. Oh, man. Imagine Alchemist start A2 and Doug B1 or something like that. That's insane.
Yeah.
But, okay, I still think Alchemists can be okay here. Like, even with getting little leech, if they can do a lot of dwellings round 2 and stronghold round 3, like, they're not going to crush the dig round, but it's still such a good track for them, and they still should do well in network. And to me, it's like, again, it's not clear that Auren are connecting. I'm not sure Cultists are connecting. Like, how are they going to beat Alchemists to B4 or C4? And then Giants have the other hexes around there. So it seems difficult for Cultists to connect. Like, maybe they can connect through the south, but with Alchemists in the game, it's, again, sketchy.
You're talking about...
And so, like...
You think they're losing C4?
I don't know. Alchemists don't even need a ton of... Cultists? If Terra Steel wants to. And I will say, Terra Steel's a very, like, aware player of map positioning and stuff like that. I've known from playing 2v2 with him. Like, he'll have his eyes on other people's connection hexes and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is another way of saying he's very map aggressive. Like he
is, yeah. But and like with Cultists opening, like Xevoc and no temp ship in the game, and like all the digs he's done, I don't see him getting ship up. Well, I guess he only needs 2 ship to get to C4. I forgot. For some reason, I was thinking he needed 3 ship. Maybe that's doable actually.
So Giants got the coins action in the workers.
I guess what was getting this little. Yeah, go ahead, Fickles.
Giants got the coins action in the workers and stomped C6. So that's pretty, like, normal round 1 stuff. He's bumping fire, so he'll get the extra worker back from there. Nothing too explosive happening for them, but it's also on track. Oh man, is sound cutting out on the stream? I wonder what's up with that. Huh?
Yeah, it says your bandwidth's low, like your network.
Really?
I don't know if you have some internet issues.
Okay.
It's a bit choppy for me as well again, like your audio and stuff.
Interesting.
So it's good again. It's good now. It's kind of in and out.
All right.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, yeah, it's true. I like Giants opening a lot. Like Eirik getting all this leech in the top left. He's like really well positioned in the center of the map too. Like, I think Auren not starting D2 is really good for Giants because they have such an easy path to connection and like a town there. I don't know. I feel like I'd be pretty happy as Giants here though.
Yeah. Right.
They should be able to hit the track pretty well, scoring bonuses pretty well. I guess yeah, they're gonna probably. Oh, I guess the network thing is still a question, like, of how it's gonna go with Alchemists and Cultists. I talked so much about Cultists not connecting, but now I looked at it more, and it's not that like they can connect fairly easily, I guess, with a priest action and 2 ship advances here. So yeah, I don't know, but it still looks pretty good for Giants. Pretty good start for them.
Giants landed on pre-scroll.
They're on Dwelling VP.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I said priest.
Oh, wait, could they have taken priest? I missed how the bonuses kind of fell at the end. Yeah, they could have taken priest. Was priest not better than Dwelling VP for Giants?
That's what I was wondering.
I think I would have taken. They had so many coins round one. Like I think I would have taken priest for the ship advance. Maybe they get a priest power action. It doesn't really matter.
But then you could even be at 2 ship.
Yeah, you could. Oh, you could.
So.
And then get a ton of dwellings out this round.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
That's what I was wondering.
Like
but maybe they couldn't have gotten the. Maybe they couldn't have because right. I mean, you want this priest, but you know.
Well, actually, with 1 ship, they still get 4 dwellings out. Like that's still really good. So I guess that's okay. And they score 6 points on Dwelling VP from that. Get a couple more coins. I guess it makes enough sense.
Okay, that's true.
And so, okay, Xevoc put in Priest to Air, so he's not prioritizing hexes, that's for sure. I guess he took coins, I think, and lost. No, wait. I don't know. He didn't get the Priest action, though, because Eirik took it.
Yeah.
Oh, he put a Dwelling. Okay, he started. Oh, because Giants could have stomped that hex if he didn't. Okay. I see.
All right, Auren are going up fire. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's Alchemists are clearly the most up against it from like have things broken your way or not. You'd say they've not broken Alchemist's way. Also makes me nervous going Earth 1 with so little leech, but at the same time it's so nice to have that in hand, and they're about to go nuts, right? Like this is the thing we were talking about, is like the most important thing is getting to 3 ship round 2, and he's about to put down a bunch of dwellings.
Yeah, exactly. And I think good on Terra still not falling into the Priest to Fire trap, because it was so tempting with double fire with the workers right off the bat. But like I think he just identified that he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's not a good player, because it's an easy. It's a trap I fall into before. I think especially like a couple years ago, like it was a trap I fell into a lot, where like the Priest is just so tempting, but sometimes you just gotta identify when you can't do it.
Yeah. This is something Zorus used to talk a lot about. What's up, Nessiclus? Zorus used to talk about this a lot, how like a trap that you fall into is like wanting the perfect game. And maybe it's a little bit what Xevoc was talking about earlier too. It's like he should have just cut his losses and known he's not gonna like that last hex is gonna get dug, and just planned accordingly. And I think that's a good example of like, you know what? I just need to prioritize this because I'm super dead if I don't get to 3 ship in round 2.
Yeah. Very much so. And then there's a time and a place. There's a time to definitely go for it and shoot for the moon, whatever, and there's a time to play it safe. And this is definitely the time to play it safe as Alchemist. Like, you do have other avenues this game to hit. Like, you don't need that Priest to fire that badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what about Auren? I haven't really looked at Kezilu's game too much since the start. So he opened Stronghold 3 dwellings. Kind of interesting that he dug in the east there instead of, like, in the northwest. I thought he might have wanted to prioritize the town, but maybe it wasn't clear that Giants were going to cut him off in the east. I don't totally know. But this does certainly give Cultists a leg up on Tuki Town if they want it. Which, as I said, I know Xevoc won't say it again. But but yeah, and the question now for Auren is like, what do they do now?
Cultists took Fire 1. I'm not sure I called that out.
Oh yeah, I didn't, but I kind of just assumed. Like, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But okay, so look more at Auren. Like, they definitely want a spade action, right? Like, it's a dwelling ground. I think if they can get double dig into the, like, looks really good for them. They're just a couple powers short, and they use their Auren action already, so they don't have like an easy way to get more power.
They have the dig scroll. They have the dig scroll. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
But, I think you're right that they might... I think they're hoping for double dig anyway.
Yeah, that's why they dug and didn't build. Because if they build, they give Cultist power, and Cultists can take that.
Kezilu.
So sneaky.
Well done.
I gotta point out, Terra still sent me a message saying that B2 starting placement's gonna annoy me all game. No, he's already tilted. I love it.
Oh man, Terra Steel on tilt is a dangerous thing.
Tilt the steel. as Alchemist too. Yeah, watch out. He's gonna have digs up, and then he's got a lot of power in this game.
Tilted steel. He's not dead yet.
I don't think he is. No,
like it's not like things haven't gone his way, but he's not like out of it. It's all like everything that's happening is like fine so far. It's just not great.
Yeah, it's a bit sad there's no ship BP in, because that, like, with ship BP, I think Alchemists would care even less about having a slow start as long as they get to 3 ship round 2. They're missing that avenue for sure, but I think it's fine. And so people pointing out in the chat, or Felipe pointing out in the chat, that Auren can still take Tugi Town this round if they want to in the northwest with a double dig and a TP. I guess it doesn't do much for them this round, but it's still good power. And again, I know I've talked a lot about it, but I do think it's worth it here. Although
Cultists just took double dig.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Auren needs single dig.
Yeah. C8, A2. Man, I just love the way that looks when Brown can cut through there. It just looks so powerful in terms of like getting to where you want on the map. I mean, the Giants game I really like. We're going to see a sanctuary town in this sort of eastern blob. We're going to see this town. So neither of those need a bridge, and then he'll have one bridge town west for Giants. I'm assuming he's going to pop all 3 of those in round... Well, no, probably 2 of them round 5 and 1 of them round 6 would be my guess.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe 3 towns round 5. It depends how many stomps, like how many digs he needs. I'm not really looking too close.
What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Snake?
Giant start looks good to me. I don't think it looks slow. I mean, just opening stronghold 6 dwellings with good amount of coins on dwelling VP, like that seems good to me. But I guess everyone still looks pretty good to me. Like even Alchemists not having a dream start, we say looks fine.
Yeah.
Done a lot. And funny enough, we talk so much about Cultist shipping, and then here's Xevoc doing all this digging instead. So like, they do have other options on Fjords. I just kind of default the shipping for them.
Yeah. I really liked his playing for double dig and getting through here in the east. But is Hasky there, Ghostly? What's up, Hasky?
And I guess also maybe I was overblowing the pressure on C4. Well, I was thinking more because Alchemists got such a slow start, they're not going to dig it round 3. It doesn't make any sense for them. It would have to be round 4 when Alchemists dig it. But Giants can stomp C4 at any time, so it could be something to look out for as well.
Do you try to go Stronghold round 3 as Alchemist here?
As Cultist? As Alchemist? Oh, yeah, I think so, right? I feel like you kind of... Yeah, no question, I think.
You go strong... Yeah, I think so, too. You go Stronghold round 3, you save your Priest probably, and then increase digs.
I think so. Yeah, and just don't really think about Water 1 too much, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. No, it's just pretty low priority because you're not really building trading posts for a little while.
Yeah. We should point out, so Snake's pointing out in the chat, Cultists have 2 temples and 5 dwellings after round 2.
Yeah, it's
pretty
crazy.
Insane. Maybe justifies all the Cultist bids, and maybe we're off and thinking that Cultists weren't that good. Because
Well,
that's a crazy round two start for Cultists. And the last time I remember that was I think George Shorewell in the semifinals of Terra Mysticon opened two temples, five dwellings as Cultists, and finished like in the 180s with points. So, yeah, it's a very good economic opening with great cult rewards coming too. Which is
yeah,
like,
yeah, and like, you know, very likely to win not just rewards but points, right? Like that, you know, Auren's gonna take a couple of these from them probably, but you know, we expect them to be, you know, over 20 points on cults. I think winning network is not crazy here. I mean, we'll see.
yeah,
I guess they won't be able to get. They won't be able to. I'm guessing Giants take E3 from them, so they won't be able to get down to these Browns in the Southwest.
yeah. But they are getting likely Tuki Town. Like they passed first here. Auren didn't do Tuki Town this round, and so like Cultists have first action they can take it next round if they want. They also might want coins. So that'll be kind of an interesting decision what they do. But yeah, with Tuki Town, they're going to do very well in cults. Like again, the main thing that could go wrong would be like getting cut off on connection. But with this much economy, they probably do have some sort of alternate route they can figure out connection wise. Like, right? And yeah, it would have to be a perfect storm for them to get cut off. I think at this point. I don't know. I'll keep going back and forth on it, whether it's likely or not, because I think that is a way that they could get slowed down here.
Right. Yeah. Which I think is good to keep in mind. Like, what's the downside risk? So Xevoc gets the coins action. Is he gonna quick pass? No, he's
yeah. Well, they're not super quick, but go digging next round. You mean?
yeah. Like he could two priests to air here.
Yeah, that could be appealing. He needs shipping though. He needs shipping
That's
at some
true.
point. Like
That's
I
true.
feel like he should advance shipping here just to preemptively kind of be prepared for
Yep.
securing territory too. Yeah, so Zevon didn't prioritize Tuki. Okay, I'm curious if Kezilu takes it or if everyone's just saving their towns for round five, which I think wouldn't be a good move. Like I think the rewards from the early town here are worth it.
Interesting.
It seems like everyone is. Never mind. Okay, Kezilu just towned. I like it. I think it's a good decision.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of surprised Zevok prioritized coins over Tuki. Yeah, but it makes sense. And coins action is so good, and he is shipping, so you can see why he wants the coins.
You have to be really careful in digging games that you don't run out of coins. Like it's so easy to just like get so focused on that, and then you come out of the dig round and you've got no, you know, it's like all workers after you just dug a bunch. So like hard digging's not interesting. I mean, he's gonna start going up Earth Cult, and we'll get some of that back off the digging round, which is great. But I think that's probably, I don't know. There was something about 2 key I didn't like for Cultists, and I was having trouble putting my finger on what exactly that is, but
Maybe he's just not taking coins. That's what you didn't like about it.
yeah.
Yeah, in this case, Cultists have Fire 1. They're going to get some coins from the Earth reward, so I think they could afford digging.
I guess
Interesting. I was gonna say interesting news is that Terra went Sanctuary for Water 1 here over Stronghold, or maybe he's doing both. That could make sense.
what?
Yeah, do you like that?
That feels like he wants to do both, right?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. He wants to do both, but that seems like madness.
You think so?
No, it's not madness. It's totally fine. So he's gonna take workers, and then he'll convert 3 power to 1 worker. No, never mind. He only needs 6. Okay.
Yeah, and then he gets his infusion of power, and he can still dig round 4. Like, yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. And then you don't have to worry about it
busted.
later. Man, he's really hoping to land on Big Building Scroll for next round. Like now, Terra Steel's whole game hinges on if he can get on Big Building like twice.
Yeah, that would be huge. But the workers, aside from the points, the workers are so nice too.
All right, so Cultists decided to go Sanctuary.
Yeah, that didn't cross my mind. But he's going Sanctuary for presumably Water 1, although he's delaying a bit.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
one.
that as well. But that kind of You're probably not doing sanctuary and digging, so he's probably just going shipping here instead, I would think.
Giants took water 1.
Yeah, so I was going to point out, water 1 was all rushed this round. It's all gone now. Auren were the ones that missed out on it.
So that's interesting. Now the Giants water 1 also makes me think that so he's gonna sanctuary right now for Earth 1, I guess.
I guess maybe.
I mean that's
hard on the old coins, but it makes sense. I mean,
hard on the old coins.
oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess that they want the sanctuary there anyways. Like, although they're not gonna get coins action next round. Well, no, they can pass on the 7 coins. Like, presumably they're passing first here, and I think the 7 coins really helps justify this. Like the greed, I guess. Of
okay.
Yeah.
I mean. Although he seems to be thinking.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure what else he'd be going for. What about Air 2? Earth 2. Earth 2 makes more sense. Really, or Fire 1. That's really the more logical of the econ favors.
If he takes water 2 here, I'm turning this off.
There's not a chance in this world. Although knowing Eirik, maybe Air 3, because he wants, the extra 2 workers from the air cults. That could be strong. I guess if you're gonna go with 3-step favor, you go Earth 3, right?
He took Fire 1. Okay, interesting. So but it being hard on the old coins, you weren't the only one thinking that.
Yeah, and I forgot that Eirik's in the big building tile as well, so it is a 9-point sanctuary. That's a lot. Interesting question. Would you have gone Fire 1 here or Earth 1? Would you have gone like full greed as Giants, or would you have also favored the econ of Fire 1?
It's a good question. It's quite complicated. And then are you planning to get Earth 1? Right? So like Auren are the ones, they're basically doing a little bit of a dance with Auren, trying to figure out how Earth 1 and the last water 1 are going to break. And it was kind of this weird, and then you're asking yourself, am I even trying to get both Earth 1 and Water 1? Like, I don't know. Somehow Water 1 here seems weird timing to me, which I said during auction, like, but I get that Alchemists want to go Stronghold, so that made sense to me. Some of the other Water 1s don't make a ton of sense to me. Cultists only have 2 dwellings left on their board, so in that sense, I get it. Giants have 5 dwellings built. Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes am like, am I choosing between one or the other? Otherwise, like, maybe I'll take the one that I can score with sooner rather than later.
I tend to do that. I tend to just go for score, take the one I'm going to score with first and then hope the other one's still sitting there kind of thing. Or settle for Air 1 if it's not. I think they all make sense because, Cultists have such a massive economy that they just want scoring favors.
Yeah.
And they've gotten, such a great early game economic start and so much leech. Giants, I do think they kind of need the scoring favors here. As you said, round 4 digs, we said it's 4 points, but it's not a round that Giants are going to crush. It's not like a round 4, I don't know, TP round. Not that they would crush it with the resources they have right now, but yeah, somehow it kind of makes sense for them to prioritize scoring favors here. And then Alchemists are just Alchemists. They always want scoring favors. And I didn't realize Terra still could afford Sanctuary and Stronghold this round, and so
yeah,
I think with that in mind, it makes sense.
And then it's a dig round is so much better when you're doing it with that Stronghold already up, right? All of a sudden that becomes very explosive.
Yeah, and so I guess you can say that Alchemists are only having 7 workers going into the dig round. Well, we'll see if I can get the big building tile, but I don't think they are. I kind of doubt that's going to happen. But Alchemists do have 9 power in Bowl 3. That's minimum 3 workers, if not more. They get more with digging, so I think they can justify going Water 1.
Yeah.
They'll have enough to dig next round and be comfortable.
Yeah, I think I like it. It's a big deal to get this Stronghold up. Is the Cultist game is insane.
Yeah,
he's gonna have a hard time. I guess one of the issues is he's gonna have a hard time not towning.
Right.
But he's out of dwellings. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but okay, we should probably ask ourselves for the Cultist if he's digging Like, where is he digging out the third town? Where's that going to be?
Right, because you think you want a third town with this economy they have.
Yes.
The most natural spot is definitely in the west, west part of the map, right?
Like
With
southwest?
E3, F1, F2, G1, that area. If they have giants in the neighborhood there, but like we said, giants are probably gonna stomp E3.
Giants either want E3 or B3 for the third town.
Yeah.
The only problem with doing, I assumed it was E3, but the only problem is you might not get neighbor over there, which is like a pinch annoying if you're going to try to do it without Fire 2.
Yeah. So then it's unclear. Because you're not getting one in the other big continent. You're not getting one in the southeast, is where like often Brown looks for a third town because Alchemist is there. Maybe you don't. You just settle for two towns and just do a lot of other stuff, right? Like nothing wrong with that too. Score a lot on cults. Do well on network again, assuming you connect, which probably will. But I'd still be a bit nervous about connection if I were Xevoc. Although Xevoc's on 2-ship now, he's gonna secure his connection hack, so he's fine.
The thing is, like, cultists are gonna. I'm honestly not too worried about cultist connection because their digs are gonna be up, their ships up. Like they can just triple dig. I don't know. Right? It doesn't have to be C4 that they take.
No, but they lose C4, and then what do they need? D1, which Auren want, presumably E4, which Alchemists can dig easily. Like Alchemists are gonna get digs up with their stronghold soon. So I think if they lost E4, it was actually a lot more precarious than it looked.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking they would get E4 then, and from there it's. But
I'm really curious if Eirik should have stomped C4. I'm really curious if he should have cut Cultists off there. We'll see in the end, and like at the same time though, like Eirik needs to protect his own town space from digging Alchemists, and hit like the extra town round 5. So yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting. Oh, by the way, Alchemist did get onto Big Building Scroll. So if he gets it for round 4 and round 6, he wins this game.
Just call it.
But he is down 32 points to Giants. And this was the concern with Giants, is like they're just very, very solid here. And if you give them too much of a point lead, like there was no world to me where Giants were going to have a bad game. They just looked very solid, so giving them too big a point lead is tricky.
Yeah, but I think without this big building tile, he was in trouble. So getting onto its big, I mean, Alchemists have Stronghold, Sanctuary, 5 dwellings up right now, and they're gonna do a lot in the dig ground. Are they winning network? Like, is it clear that Alchemists can still win network here, or are Cultists?
I'd say at least tie. I think they're in good shape for tying for network at least.
And Alchemists are somehow leading Earth Cult, which is kind of... I forgot that Terra sent a priest to Earth. One of only 2 priests that have been sent to cults this game. So much for all the great cult rewards we talked about. Well, I guess Auren and Cultists have their own ways of getting cult steps, so it wasn't as necessary for them. But it's a little funny to see. And then one of those priests being an Alchemist priest to Earth that hasn't given them any rewards yet is kind of interesting. But it's going to give them some points later on. And maybe win Earth.
What's up, Wonderful Plays? Wonderful Plays is asking why I'm casting without glasses. You can tell in the quality of my comments, right, that I can't actually see very well. That's funny. He's like, wait.
You just got laser eye surgery last night.
Yeah, between the stream yesterday and today. No, I went for a run. I'm wearing contacts.
Okay, so Cultists are on Dwelling VP, which is really nice for Cultists, for sure. The question is, what did Cultists do this round? Does Xevoc just have like a...
Oh, he double dug. Okay, one thing that I was wondering about is this G7 hex is still not built on, and it's pretty nice for Alchemists to get that hex. So then they've got the neighbor there.
Ooh. That's clever.
Interesting.
That's just like converting 6 power to 2 workers, which he's gonna do anyways, and he's still getting a workers action, right? Like no one else wants a workers action.
Yeah, that's really neat move.
I like that. Another good move by Terra Steel, yeah.
The double dig is so good once your stronghold is up. Like it's just really, really efficient, and I think often we just go straight to, well, you're increasing digs, so you don't really want that anymore. But I think this is a weird one because he's gonna do both. That's very, very unusual. That's a cool. I think it's a good example of how like the like really elite players are actually stay very open minded. Like I think a lot of people wouldn't have even considered double dig there, and he's like, I just think that's it. Like, yeah, it's like leave no stone unturned, right? Like maybe I'll double dig anyway, even though I'm increasing digs this round. It's kind of a crazy consideration, honestly.
I mean, it didn't cross my mind whatsoever.
Yeah.
I like, and obviously the players are looking a little more deeply into the game than we are. But like, yeah. Not only did he take it, like he took it like instantly. He was ready for it.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going to happen with that. So, and Giants are getting this gorgeous like mid game. That's like crazy. I don't know if I've really seen Giants get this mid game that digging inland to that. That's pretty cool.
No, you called it, right? Like you
Yeah.
thought this could be a possibility of getting this town later.
And it's wonderful because it's like there's even a neighbor for you there for your trading posts. And it's good for, I mean, it's wonderful for Alchemists too. They've got, you know, G6, I3, and that town is ready. I guess A7 is the key one for him right now. Like, I think he'll get it this round, right?
Sorry, Alchemist getting A7?
Yeah.
Spaced out for a second. So the weird thing about Alchemist though is they need 2 bridges.
Wow,
Like,
that's
sounds
a
like
bummer.
one, which is really uncomfortable. But Cultists took their bridge already. Giants want a bridge still, and Auren don't really care. So maybe they can get away with it. They can, because Alchemists are gonna be digging so much this round. They can do a workers action and still get a bridge. Like, although Giants might take the bridge first, but then Giants risk being blocked. They risk committing too hard too early. So yeah, maybe Alchemists can get away with getting 2 bridges, 3 towns, and still be fine here.
So Xevoc did not have enough coins to go digging this round, so he's just putting Priest to Earth. And
Yeah,
I
that
guess
makes
that's the consequence of going Sanctuary, right? Like it's 8 coins for that Sanctuary, and he used power for a bridge already. So like, I think he made an interesting decision there to trade that off.
Yeah, so the trade-off is you get 5 points from the Sanctuary. It helps you town round 5, which maybe you could do without it, but it's more... Well, I guess if you dig, you wouldn't need the Sanctuary, yeah, but it does still contribute towards that. And Water 1 is obviously the big thing, which is going to be... For Cultists with such a big economy, is going to be 15 points for sure this game, right?
Yeah.
Like, that is a lot.
Yeah.
They needed ship anyways. It might have been a lot to do ship and dig this round, and still try to have enough economy to get the rest of the game, I see it, yeah. I think you could maybe justify either way, but I think the Sanctuary does make sense.
Yeah.
You also take one from Auren in this case.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it. I think it's interesting. I mean, sometimes these dig rounds are kind of traps.
They are, and I always get glued. My eyes zone in on it. It's like, oh, round 4 digging. Partially because it's fun to do with factions that don't normally dig, right? Like, I think it's just also, for me, that's kind of an appeal to it. But you're right. Like, they are often not quite as important as they seem like they are.
I still wonder what that looks like if he goes the digging route. What he could have got to. He on the flip side, this involves him. Like one feature I really like about this involves him getting up Earth Cult because those priests are going to Earth now instead of towards dig increases, and it is a lot to ask to say, hey, get to 2 or 3 ship and increase digs by round 4. That's pretty. So I think that's nice. I'm excited for Giants cult push here. This is like from the textbook. You got to find the neglected cult that nobody like cares about anymore, and then see if you can squeeze out that one cult win.
Water 2. We might see it later in the game from Giants if they want to try to fight off Auren on Water, but not here, of course. It's so funny enough. The 3 spots of fire is still sitting there too. Like you would never know it based on all like look at the position of the different players in fire. Like you would never know the 3. Like there's not a single priest that's been set to fire all game.
It's really funny.
Just sitting there.
And
it's not that valuable. Like I guess Auren maybe would take it to beat Cultists on fire.
Wait, we had double fire rewards, round 1, round 2, and we didn't get a priest to the 3 spot of fire. That is crazy.
Wait, what did Xevoc? Okay, Alchemist, right? Alchemist had like the priest bonus and the priest action and used them all for shipping, right?
Yeah.
But it is kind of crazy, isn't it?
That's funny.
We haven't talked about Auren's game in a while. So what's Kezilu been up to here? I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't really noticed. It just caught my eye that like Auren have no priest to cults, and so I wonder like where their priests have been. But he just built a temple for the first time last round, and he advanced shipping this round with his priests. So I think that's where his priests have been.
I just got.
Yeah, what's next? It's an interesting question.
I just got saltines delivered to me. This stream is sponsored by saltines, by the way.
That's a great answer to my question, Pickles. It really helps clarify the situation. Hang on. In the chat, Scooby just said Auren and partially advanced dig, which is also interesting. What do your saltines think about the Auren partial dig advance?
Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Yeah, that is interesting. Man, they're out of coins.
That's the first response.
Yeah.
So Kezilu must be taking. Actually, where is he digging with this dig advance? Where is he going?
It's a very awkward round for him. He's also on the trading post scroll.
Yeah.
But doesn't want a town. I'm assuming he needs to dig in the southeast, right? Like, I think he wants to dig out a town in the southeast.
I think so. Like, does Auren not care about networking connection? Because they do have a decent amount of structures out and, like, good cult rewards. Like, they could fight giants potentially on network at least here.
Yeah, but that seems like a recipe for, like, fighting each other and then tying for third on network. Like...
Yeah, it might not do too much in the end. Maybe the third town is more valuable. But yeah, it's unclear how much the partial dig advance helps. Like, it's a lot of coins to be invested into it. And I wonder if I wouldn't rather just use those, like, just hard dig and use the coins for more TPs this round. And you can always advance dig later. Like, you don't have to advance dig on the dig round.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's my initial thoughts, at least. And you can just score more with the TP pass tile instead.
Alchemists get A7, which is one they definitely wanted.
That's nice.
Wait, did you? I'm sorry. I was. Did you talk about giants passing on to the dig scroll?
Oh no, not at all. Oh, wow.
That's so interesting.
What? Okay, Eirik wants another hex. That's pretty clear. He wants an extra hex. Okay, he must be planning on 3 towning this coming round, right? That's the only reason I can see him doing that.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, can he do that? So it's going to be fire 2. So he's going to coins action. He must have calced this. Wait, he needs coins and a bridge though.
Yeah, that's the problem. Alchemists are definitely going to take a bridge if they can. Like, Terra Steel's taking 1 bridge this round. He'll second bridge next round for sure.
So I think his move is bridge then. And he's going to take coin towns. So he'll bridge fire 2.
All right, you do the math in this.
I think he's going to bridge fire 2. Oh, wow. He wants 2 coin towns. What a wild man. I love a good Giants game. I'm a bit of a sucker.
For a good Giants game?
Yeah.
He needs 12 workers and like something like 17 coins. Is that right? Sounds right to me. So maybe you can afford it. Oh man, if you can hit that.
That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
3 towns for Giants in round 5 is not easy to do.
No. And like that's if that goes back to his decision to take Fire 1 round 3. Like, there's certainly without taking Fire 1 round 3, I don't think you'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
So that might help justify like taking Fire 1 over Earth 1 if you can get the extra town.
I think it's so cool. I love the idea again actually of do you in round 3 when do you take an econ favor in round 3 or 4? It's not that common honestly, but again I think it's a good example of Eirik staying very open-minded and thinking outside the box.
Yeah, I mean I still question if it's worth it or not. Because you could just take Earth 1 and do the 3rd town round 6 instead and just sacrifice the 5 points for it. But maybe you do more with Fire 1 than you would do otherwise as well. Because they're not competing with Cultists or Alchemists on network, I don't think.
It does look weird that he just passed with 3 coins in hand. Oh, maybe he got 1 coin from the dig scroll. Oh, he's overproducing power too. That's a bummer.
Yeah, you might have gotten some leech. I think you got a bit of leech from Alchemist or something like that.
Okay. So there's one bridge for Alchemists. We haven't talked about the points gap in a little bit. So Alchemists are hanging, but they're going to pass for 8. That's really big.
Yeah, and onto Dwelling VP.
That's
Very
nice.
nice.
I would have had to think, though, that he was hoping to pass last there and see if he could get back onto, have a little more control. All right. So we do have green digging out the east here. They're going to score the juicy 2 points on the pass.
Yeah, juicy. But you see all the digs that Kezilu did with the partially advanced dig upgrade.
Yeah, that's pretty...
Nothing else is very cool.
That's really neat. Yeah, Jekyll's a big partial dig increase. I think Scoomy was calling that out.
Yeah, you don't see that often, huh?
Sorry, I've been not great at following chat, so apologies. Scoomy says dig scrolls underrated for giants. I think that's interesting because it's obviously better for other factions than for them. Except when you think about for giants, it's a 3 workers and 2 coins scroll. And when you say it that way, it's like, all right, like if I was going to have to hard dig something to get the extra hex for, the 3rd town, and I could do that with the scroll, all of a sudden it sounds like good value.
Yeah, I think the main thing is you're committing to a hard dig that round. So as long as you know you can afford to do that and like want to do that anyways, then it makes sense.
Then you've got a 3 worker, 3 coin scroll.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost never see giants take it before round 6, like voluntarily.
Oh, he didn't take the bridge.
And he did take coins, yeah.
Okay.
The Terra still's gotta take bridge here, right?
Oh,
he doesn't. I mean, I guess there's no rush. I mean,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, Auren aren't giving giants leech. Well, they can, but they're not going to, most likely.
Yeah, it still makes me a little nervous.
I mean, I guess... Yeah, it's not the end of the world if they have to bridge round 6 instead, I suppose. It's 5 points, but they probably need every point they can get here.
Yeah. Now, they have caught up. I think, the cults just look so bad for Alchemists.
He's got 4 points on cults. It's not great. Alchemists can also maybe fight. Well, they can fight water late. Like alchemists can be good at fighting cults late, but it's usually when you have a bit more explosive start, you can do that.
Oh, Auren.
Less likely.
When did Auren take fire 2? They just took fire 2. Okay. Okay, because I didn't see that coming. There's the one key town, or 1 key, 8-point town, one cult step on each. That's interesting. I guess, yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting question here now is Xevoc gonna take fire 2 in order to win fire? Because he can form a town and try to get a cult step to win fire with the town, like in addition to the 8-point town, but there's no guarantee he gets that. At this point, the other players must see that cultists are doing pretty well and might deny the cult step. Certainly Auren won't give him the cult step, so like maybe giants would, but it's not clear.
This is such a Auren stronghold game. Like they're crazy cult presence, but no priest to cult. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a bit surprised that Kezilu hasn't locked up any cults yet, but he hasn't sent any priests to cults, so it's pretty hard to lock up with nobody priests there.
Well, and nobody has a key.
No. Okay, so Xevoc just digs E3, so he's kind of seeding.
Wow.
Fire. But I guess he can just go Air 1 or something instead.
So this is the 3rd town location that he's looking for.
Yeah, and he beat Giants to E3, right? Which is kind of a big deal for both of them. Well, I guess Giants can go up to B3 and B4. I guess they're okay.
So
I don't really care.
Yeah, Cultists, and this is another reason to not increase digs is, man, they got so many natural browns this game. Like, so many. Like, it's kind of
Alchemists in the game too, right?
Yeah, it's really wild. Yeah, this was the other Bridgetown possibility. It's like makes me a pinch nervous because someone could mess with it potentially, but probably not. I think cultists their network's just insane. Like, how are they going to get down to? Like, everything but the stronghold? Is that nuts?
No, I think it's feasible.
But they would need to build two more temples. Oh my god. So we are going to see a water too.
Then they're already at 3 shipping. So they don't need advanced ships. They just have to build all the structures basically. But if Xevoc, well, I don't think he's gonna go for the 3rd town. Like with no neighbors in the west, it seems really weird to go for a 3rd town, and he has to. Oh, but he has 2 cult digs. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see. And I think Giants are just going for. Well, yeah, they lost the bridge, so Giants are definitely just going for 2 towns here. Which makes the spade like really strange. It doesn't seem worth it to me when you have all these natural reds you can just ship to anyways. I don't really get it. And the cult step's actually kind of useful. He could have passed in the coin cult step and used the cult step on water to try to help win water. And got a couple extra coins from that. Yeah, I don't really see why he took the spade. Especially I love cool moves. I don't quite get that one.
Yeah, he really... It's interesting.
Oh, so yeah, sorry, Fadi. I missed that you said Giants wanted 1 ship. And that is a good rationale for Giants taking like the B3, B4, taking that for a town, is that they're connecting on 1 shipping. But at the same time, don't Giants want more shipping to get more natural reds? Like 3 ship on Fjords is so good as red that I would think that's good for them. But I guess they don't have Earth 1, so maybe they don't care that much, and they just want to get their 6 network points. I guess that also makes sense.
So they're taking Fire 2. Something feels off about some of these the Giants here. I mean, they still have a lot of points. Cultists just took the 8-point town. Also, sometimes ambiguously named the 1 key town.
Single key town. As if there's no other single key town in the game. I love it.
I've heard it before.
And so I think some rationale for the Fire 2 takes could be that players want to save their trading posts for round 6. Score more than them.
Yeah,
so from that perspective, it does make sense.
Yeah, but if with Fire 2, this is a town without a trading post.
Which town?
Are we talking about Giants? Like this is.
I was talking about everybody.
Yeah. I still am a little confused, but
Yeah, well, Giants can do 1 town, but then the 2nd town they have to do a lot. Like the Sanctuary town, they need 2 TPs instead of 1.
With Fire 2 though.
But yeah, exactly. That's why they took Fire 2.
Yeah. I guess I'm still wondering if there was a 3-town round here for Giants.
Not without the bridge. Alchemists beat them to the bridge.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like it seems like there could have been a 3-town round.
Like if they prioritize bridge. Okay, yeah.
That still leaves only 2 TPs up, which is fine going into a TP round. You know what I mean? Like I get if it's like either or, but
they could if they went bridge instead of coins action. I think they could have. Yeah, I think we like kind of looked at that a bit. But maybe coins action is just better anyways. I'm not sure. They can do like higher scoring towns this way.
This is a cool game. I feel like Alchemists feel like the most up against it, and they have from the beginning. But the other 3 factions seem very close to me. Like it's probably Cultists, but
I have to think Cultists. Like he just has such good economy still, and Earth 1, Water 1. But at the same time. Oh, he's at 100 points now. Okay, he's at the 11-point town.
Oh, that town hadn't come in yet. Okay.
That also swings things more. But do Auren have a 3rd town this round? Maybe.
Really?
But
that'd be cool.
Just win network, right, and do really well on calls. That just seems really good.
Yeah.
It does depend a bit on how the pass scrolls play out for round 6, like who gets the scoring bonus and who doesn't. That can definitely affect things here, I guess, affect the end result.
So here's do you remember like 3 rounds ago we were talking about the 2 key town and Xevoc's decision not to take it? I think what was bothering me about it is that made me think he should not take the 2 key town early is that I think he's going to end up with kind of the same cult points he would have had if he took the 2 key town. Like he's gonna end up here with like 2 wins 2 seconds, or a win in 3 seconds or something like that. It just doesn't change his cult points that much.
Would he not be able to? Is it too crazy to have like 1-3 cults with the 2 key town?
Well, so
Is that not possible? I'm not thinking
yeah,
too.
I think that's what he was thinking. Is like it doesn't change my cult points that much, and possibly not at all. And I can town in a town round and take 1 key 8-point town instead of a 2-point town, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's not. It's interesting because Xevoc has a 2 key town addiction, but maybe he's trying to break it.
Man, I just assumed he was gonna take it no matter what. But yeah, you know what they say about assuming.
Yeah.
It's funny. Cultists have 2 more spades coming. Like, do they even? I mean, I guess they're useful. They almost don't need the spades. They've got 4 natural browns. No, they don't. They actually don't have any use for these spades, really.
That's crazy. How many?
Wait, can Cultists get a 3rd town? No. I don't think so.
Giants took workers. Oh, Terra Steel wins.
Terra Steel wins.
He got back on the big building scroll.
He's at 94 points in the big building.
Yeah.
He's got 4 TPs to build next round. He's got a lot of points coming still.
He's got 17 workers.
Yeah, he's got a lot coming on still.
Yeah,
he's converted a lot of VP to coins. He's got a 3rd town coming though.
I said if he could get on that scroll twice, he's in the game. And
yeah,
I don't think that's crazy.
Just bouncing between big building to dwelling VP to big building,
it's just sweet combo. It's so swingy for them because it's also 2 workers, which is like amazing for them. So it's 8 points and 2 workers. So it's just such a big deal for them to get on that when they're both.
And is there a way like? Can Alchemists win water? Can they go water? Like, they're going to build temples anyways. They probably want air 1 with 1 temple, but like, well, maybe they can't do 2 temples. It's a lot. Or maybe water 2 is better than air 1. I don't know. Like, the water cult, it could be a big swing here, and it's still kind of undecided what's going to happen with it. But I have to think everyone kind of wants a piece of the water cult, so maybe less luck.
So, Auren are the one without water 1, but at least they got on the trading post scroll. So, like, well done by Kezilu. Right, like it's a bummer when at least he's gonna get extra points for his trading post that way.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so I guess he couldn't get this 3rd town this round, which makes sense. He's lacking a neighbor there. A lot of open greens, just kind of from the dig round, just kind of chilling there. But like Alchemists have no incentive to the Alchemists have their own thing to do. They're not gonna tap them or anything.
Yeah, and
so Cultists went air 1 here, so Xevoc just. Loving all the scoring favors, which makes a lot of sense when you have such a big economy. Like, it's just such a good way to score.
Yeah.
Just keep building and keep scoring with those favors.
Yeah. This is man, the incomes here. Like, this Auren round is gonna be really big. They're gonna take coins. Look how much stuff they have.
Dude, this is why I love Fjords. Everyone's got all these resources. Everyone's got like 2 towns already. And still a lot more to do around 6. Like, yeah, beautiful stuff. And so, okay, whoa, look at the west part of the map now.
Yeah. So Eirik's decision is I want to do the 3rd town without a bridge.
Yeah. Pretty clearly. Cuts off any potential cultist 3rd town. Like, if they're gonna have one, it's gonna be in that part of the map.
Yeah.
May not matter too much, but yeah, that aspect of it. And so they do use the spade, the 3 workers. Yeah, they do get the extra hex this round.
Cultists don't have as much stuff as Alchemists and Auren. But do they have enough to build temple 4 trading posts? 3, yeah, temple 4 trading posts and 4 dwellings. That seems like a lot. I don't think they're nowhere near that.
Maybe they're not going to do 16.
So can Alchemists get Alchemists? Will get 16, I think.
Right? Yeah, I didn't really look too closely, but they should be able to, I think. Well,
especially if they get E4.
Oh, they're still towning, but there's no worker towns left. But yeah, but they probably still can.
Well, they took both worker towns. This is such an Alchemist game.
Oh, that's why there's no worker.
But if you can get E4, that opens G3 I1, which is a big deal.
Yeah, even for Alchemists with advanced dig, still getting more natural blacks is juicy.
Right.
It's nice. Oh, and okay, so Xevoc got Dwelling BP, and Eirik had to sell for coins, so that's also big too. Cultists getting a pass scroll going into round 6 here. Yeah, Cultists must just be going 3 TPs and 3 dwellings, right?
Yeah.
Any extra resources just advances dig. Yeah, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
I mean, so we could be wrong, but it feels like cultists are in really really good position. Do we like giants for? So giants are gonna try to. They're not gonna lose water somehow. Still, are they?
Oh, I didn't notice they sent Sony Priest to water.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. So they actually have 12 cult points right now, although I think Alchemists probably passed them on air, most likely. So we can say 10 cult points. It's not bad for Giants against Cultists and Auren. Third on network. Right? Unless Giants... Are Giants getting to 15? No, Giants getting to 15 structures. So Giants tie Cultists on network, no? Unless I'm missing this?
Yeah, so they need...
They need another Hex.
They have built a lot. Yeah.
They can double it. So that fire one, you can, again, see the fire one kind of paying off for Giants. Like if they're tying Cultists on network, it's helping them get a third town.
Unless they're going to 3 ship. If they're
yeah, they can. Oh, maybe they can actually.
Or I guess or 2 ship or whatever. Huh. Oh. What in the heck? Cultists dug F5 and H6 with their cult spades. Oh my god. Because I was literally... That's so funny. I was literally just going to say that Giants might stomp G6 on 2 ship and get their 2 hexes that way. In which case green could actually build... I don't know. I was starting to think through some like crazy permutations.
Well, that certainly says that Xevoc doesn't think he needs the extra brown hex, which he doesn't really. He's got 3 open.
Yeah.
And he can afford a dig or something. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Like 2 cult digs both being used in like aggressive ways.
Yeah, it's definitely has a funny look. It's kind of odd.
Double block.
I guess he was he worried about green still connecting? Because it wasn't impossible that.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
but then that would have been a lot. Wouldn't Auren need like 16 structures? I don't know.
Well, 16, but we think cultists are only getting to 15, right? So it still helps to not have them tie you.
Yeah. It definitely does. Yeah, but yeah, Auren can still connect, right? It just costs them extra dig to do so.
Yeah. But
I think through 3 chipping and dig for their town. Now it's 3 digs, but hey, they do have that partially upgraded digging, you know, like they got.
Yeah.
And maybe they're gonna fully upgrade it, like with a ship town, and then I don't know, something like that. It's not out of the question for Auren to still connect here.
Can someone count out and figure out how much Terra Steel can afford to do with 19 workers and 9 coins? I find this so hard to evaluate because you're like, with that he'll get 1,000,000 points, but he's gonna have to pay points to coins to build a lot of this stuff too, so.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna try to calculate quickly, Fickles. You keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, and it's trading post round, so we should just be hammering trading posts here.
Okay, wait. So I think he needs 26 workers to get all the structures out. It's a very quick calculation. And
that
yeah, I might do that.
Is that was
Not
enough?
That he needs to. Like he doesn't need to get all the structures out. That's my contribution.
Did you mean like literally every structure? Like build both? Okay.
Yeah.
How many did you say?
26, I think.
Okay.
Including the digs he needs.
So 21 if he wants to, or like 20 if he wants to leave one temple on his board.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what we're looking at here then.
Probably more likely. More reasonable.
It is unfortunate that he's going to have to pay coins for a lot of these things, but
yeah, I know, it's sad, isn't it? So he's gonna get Air 1 though. He's getting a 3rd town. Not that it's a good town, but he's getting a 3rd town. I mean, with some digs, he'll be able to convert some like more power to coins than it looks because he's gonna do a bunch of digs and he's got so many workers that he doesn't need to do power conversions to workers. So he might have more points than it looks. Only 2 cult points though. Like we talked about, Alchemists not doing well in cults. Well, probably 4 cult points. They probably do beat giants in air. That is definitely a little sad. Oh yeah, Coin Town's 11 points. Yeah, good point, guys. Because Alchemists are going to use the coins. That actually, yeah, Coin Town's actually a great town for Alchemists. I forgot about that. And then so Terra should want a town ASAP then. Like he should want to do TP. Well, he has got to do TP dwelling, and so town before he has to convert too many VPs to coins, so he can use all those coins well.
Yeah.
That's gonna help a lot. Alchemists still have a lot here.
Yeah.
This is closer than we thought it might be. Because now that it's clear that Xevoc's not winning network, I just kind of thought he was for a while.
He's just not building that much this round. He didn't have as much stuff as Auren and Alchemist going into this. Alchemists are still going to be, I mean, they're going to take a coin town, but just one. Like, they're still paying points for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Giants, this cult win for Giants is Chef's Kiss. Is anyone, like, this is the thing. It's like when you're a faction like Giants, or that's just not a cult faction, and then you're like, he clearly was like, this is the one that I could maybe possibly win. I'm going to put 3 priests to it. Like, it's not impossible that somebody swoops that from him.
You know what's crazy, Fickles?
What's that?
The 3-spawn fire is still open. Imagine, wait, what if Alchemist and Priest of Fire get 2 gold points? They get past Giants. I bet some of these players don't even realize the 3-spawn fire is open, right? Like, who's looking there right now?
Yeah.
What a weird cult.
And like,
nobody wants to like worship the fire gods this game.
Auren have got to be looking at a potential. Because can Giants are they templing, or are they just going to do 2 dwellings and then a dig increase or something?
Good question.
Because I think Kezilu is sitting there like, nothing to see here, and as soon as Giants don't have stuff, he's gonna steal water called from him.
Just trying to be sneaky when it's like so clear as Auren is always going to water. Like it's never going anywhere else. Like, yeah, don't mind me.
Don't mind me. Nothing to see.
Hiding in the trees.
Nothing to see here.
Whatever Auren does. But yeah, from that perspective, it probably makes sense for Giants to go water 2, right? Temple for water 2, do another TP. I guess the question is like, what town are they gonna take? Does it matter that much? Like Power Town versus Coin Town versus Ship Town? Are they all kind of equal, or is one better than the other here?
Yeah, that's interesting. You mean, or okay, right? Because you could do manual ship increases.
Yeah, manual ship increases. Like you don't know. Like it's not how you normally increase shipping.
It's this crazy other idea. You do it
versus automated ship increases, aka the town or mermaids, I guess.
Yeah, manual ship increase. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, and looking back again, I'm going to talk about it again. How cultists were kind of let the connect on C4. Like, I guess it was kind of weird for Giants to dig it. But yeah, it's so nice for cultists to just have that hex sitting there. Especially with
not ultimately increasing digs. Right, like, and I guess like they just had so many digs off the cults. Is that right? Did they have 2 off the cults?
Just the 2, yeah, the 2 from Earth.
Oh, only that one time? Okay.
Yeah, there weren't any other like spade events.
Like all of a sudden, seeing them without dig increases, the C4 turned out to be super clutch.
Mm-hmm. Is there any way there are other? Nah, okay. Yeah, it's not like H2's can get dug. Alchemists can't reach it. Giants don't have the means to dig it. So yeah, Cultists' other 2 hexes are safe, I think, here. What else is going on? Okay, so Terra still took Arrow 1. We kind of saw that coming. What's Kezilu doing this round? I feel like, yeah. So obviously he's getting 3rd town. Like that's clear cut.
Yeah,
And then
Lena, I agree. It's fun to see all four factions like snowball and really go nuts here. This is a cool game. Sorry, I interrupted you, Barnawal. I was just catching up on chat.
that's okay. I was just saying, like, what's Auren's plan here for this round, other than the third town? So they're on the TP tile. They have to want to build all their TPs, like even without water one. Yeah. Then what else? Do they go shit like another dig advance? Oh, they just advanced dig. Okay, there you go. I guess yeah. Do they still advance shipping, or they just probably not at this point?
No, I don't think they advance shipping. I think they just are still hoping to steal Water Cult. It's possible I'm exaggerating this, but
Still got their eyes in that wood.
yeah. Oh, all right. Yep.
Yeah, so, man, it is really sad for Auren not to connect here and get a piece of the network pie. Like, if they could somehow have gotten 15 structures and connected, that would be super nice. It's not realistic. It's me being dreamy. It was never happening here, but like, but yeah, that would have definitely helped out.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, if you don't start on D2 or F5 as green.
It is the risk, right?
Yeah.
Risk of going C2 and, yeah, whatever, decent, whatever, that eastern continent, yeah, like leaving kind of the center open.
But that's where, like, the ceiling didn't feel high enough to me, because you know cultists are going to take cult points off you.
Yeah.
Cultists are so broken. It drives me crazy.
I really would have thought, like, this is a matchup where they might not have done so well, but they got such good early leads. And I guess maybe in hindsight, Cultists opening with the spade was the right call, because they got the spade and double dig and got such a nice cut through the center there. Like, we talked a lot about Cultists, like, opening double temple with big building, but also with the priest bonus, like something else other than the spade. I think maybe this was the right call in the end.
I think it was 100% the right call. I mean, that may have been the first auction analysis ever where the two so-called experts did not talk about double dig once.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just didn't occur to me at all. Yeah, I didn't care about double dig.
No, that's a total game changer. Like, it's so nice to get through there.
Yeah, and so I think Auren's, in this case, the C2 start really did benefit Cultists. Because Cultists were able to connect and, I don't know, stay out of Alchemist's way, kind of. Like, they can kind of do their own thing without having to, like, go crazy shipping early. They could just kind of do what they wanted.
It's possible. It's still possible that it's mutually beneficial, right? And that, like, Auren are just a bit tricky here. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean it was a mistake placing there. It may be more of an auction thing. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced it was a mistake for Auren.
But then again, Colts could have gotten cut off so easily, so I don't know. I'm not sure either way.
Yeah.
Xevoc needs a nerf. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, Xevoc on Cultists is maybe not fair. I will say I'm up for seeing Cultists once in a while, but I don't love watching games where Cultists smash. It's just like grr.
You get a reminder sometimes. I think because I don't see them that much, I forget how good they can be.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh gosh, they have all these cults and all this network and all these points. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 temples, 5 dwellings after round 2. Like, you get that at any point, as cultists, especially with the cult rewards, and that's so good. So who's second here? Do we think Alchemists are second? Like, we think cultists are winning still, right?
I assume so.
They've gotta be winning. Yeah.
It seems like it to me. But who knows? I'm not actually calculating it out, but
yeah.
Who do you like better, Giants or Alchemists?
I would think Alchemists. The Alchemists have a lot of TPs they're doing. They're on a pass tile. Giants have already hit. They both hit 3 towns already. Like, Giants, what's Eirik doing here? Just like temple TP or 2 ship advances dwelling, I guess. Well, you need ship advances to connect, so I guess he's always advancing shipping.
Took the power town. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Alchemists are ahead of
Alchemists.
time.
Yeah. Which, if he pulls off that second place, like, I think they were good. It was a good example of sometimes things aren't going your way per se in the first two rounds, but like you look ahead and there's going to be leech mid game, right? And you just need to do just enough. You just have to make sure you get those priests right when you need them. You just enough to make sure your production's there, even though you haven't been getting breaks. You hang in the game, and then you get leech in the mid game and are able to get there, right? So like I feel like that was a really nice tightrope walk that he did to stay competitive.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it was so much about getting leech mid game. It's just alchemists are alchemists, and like once they're up and running, it's like they're kind of fine. Once they have their stronghold up and they got digs advanced and they got enough workers to dig and they got their own engine going and then they still had space for three towns. Like Terra got two bridges, no problem. He got the space in the west late in the game. Like there wasn't any concern for it. Um, and so I guess yeah, once he was still able to get that, I think he played really well to do what he did here in this situation.
Is
Oh,
Eirik?
okay.
Oh, Eirik.
I went air one. Just saw that.
He went air one. Oh, is Kezilu licking his lips? Is he like, let's go?
Oh wait, what? Oh, for water. Oh, right. I forgot.
I'm just picked like if I'm not actually. I should look more closely because he still has to finish this town and stuff.
But I mean, if he's not connecting, he probably just wants to fight water. He's got two more TPs, two more dwellings, pretty clearly. I don't know, my brain's not sharp
There's
enough
still
to...
a coin town too, so
True.
he has fire too also. So he builds a dwelling.
Right.
It's got to be worth it to. Well, I don't know about got to. Well, we'll see.
I think it's like you and that water cold and me and looking at Auren connecting. I'm still looking at it, even though it's not possible. Get the eyes away from me. I'm like, oh, they connect here. Can they fight network?
Yeah, sometimes you get like a little
Vision,
lost
right?
on these side things. Oh, does he have two extra priests? Oh, thanks, Scoomy.
Oh, yeah, shows how much we're paying attention. I guess. Yeah.
So you're telling me it's a tempo thing? All right, Kezilu. If you water 3, you can't water 2, but if you water 3, right? Oh, never mind. Eirik goes first.
So yeah, no, there's nothing you can do, right?
I'll calm down. Sorry. It's...
All right, you promise to stop looking at that, and I promise I'll stop looking at it.
All right.
Although, and I guess in fairness, there's not too much else to look at this point. Like, Xevoc's almost passed here. He's gonna have like 144 or something, plus a resource point when he passes. Oh god, yeah, it's a lot of points for Cultists.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then if Giants are, I don't think Eirik's getting the 15th structure out. Is he? Oh, maybe he still is. No, wait, no, he's not. So that's more network points for Cultists. Huh. Yeah, it's nice. Oh wait, okay, so the Sickles, there's been a couple of priests to fire. Big announcement in this game. So they did notice, Terra still did notice that the 3 spot was open. And then I think Eirik responded immediately with a priest after to fire. So all of a sudden there's a big battle for 3rd on fire. With the 3 spot in round 6, they're battling for 3rd on fire.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting. So because I guess I'm having a hard time getting inside Eirik's head this game. So he's going to 3 ships. So he's gonna do that, and then,
Wait, does he not lose? Oh, maybe? Can he still get 3rd on network just being on... No, that doesn't make any sense. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe you could be a third on networking on two ship, but he's tied with Auren right now. Auren will get 10 structures, so.
Snake is questioning my eyesight again. I deserve that. Oh man.
Yeah, that Priest of Fire felt a little greedy. Can wait for all the I was telling you to stop looking at Auren sneaking water, but like if Giants aren't locking it up, like is it happening?
I mean, I guess he can just use his he can still just take second from Cultists, and so he's gonna build trading post.
Oh yeah, he wants their TP. Okay, so I guess that's more valuable than actually just like getting third on network. He's just gonna tie Auren for like network. Oh no, he's gonna Wait, no, is that more valuable? He's just gonna sacrifice network entirely?
You're talking about
Eirik, the Giants. So he did TP instead, and he can only afford one ship advance now. So I think he's just punting network completely here.
Oh, that's so interesting. I mean, trading posts and a trading post round are really good.
7-point TP. At the same time, network is 6 points. Not to mention the swing on Auren is 6 points. He gets points for advancing shipping. I'm pretty surprised. Kind of seems weird to me. Am I missing something? Like I'm trying to see if I'm.
Yeah.
I can tell I'm kind of losing it. So I could be missing something, but feels strange.
It was like very complicated, in fairness. Like also the town choice to be power town instead of ship town. I guess he's had an abundance of priests.
So at this point, he just sends like 2 priests to water to lock it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we get greedy and go priest to air. Wheel water even more.
Yeah. What did Green just do? Oh, they built a dwelling to make sure
network points now.
Yeah, network points. Oh, that's interesting. So he's not gonna steal water from Giants.
No, I guess that's the trade-off.
Yeah.
Maybe Eirik calculated all this and it was worth it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I tend to default to trusting good players rather than us commentators who are like, not as eagle sharp on the game.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes in these endgame things, like in turn-based, you like math it out, and these like 2 completely different paths actually get you like the exact same score or like within 1 or something, and it's like, all right, these 2 very different paths net me kind of the exact same position.
Yeah, so you just go for the one you think is cooler. And so I guess Eirik thought the TP is cooler.
Well, this certainly, now all of a sudden, like, wow, like, Auren got to do the split start and still get third on network. Like,
Yeah, and so what Auren looks like to me, it looks like they're advancing shipping, getting a TP, and a dwelling out, like, just like 8 points. Maybe, I think it's actually close between Auren and Alchemists for second here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you have Giants dead. Wow.
Wait, right? Giants not getting network. They have they just have Air 1 pass points. Doesn't seem like enough to me.
That's sad.
On the surface, at least, yeah. Oh!
What?
That's why we were confused. Okay.
He forgot to connect?
Oh, poor Eirik. Poor Giants. Giants got the bronze, but not the brains sometimes.
Oh no.
No offense to Eirik, that's kind of mean, but yeah, that sucks. Oh, that's unfortunate. So I think we were right then. That connection for Giants would have been better.
If he had taken D1, is that? Oh, interesting. Yeah, rough run for Eirik. The wheels fell off at some point. I mean, he's still having a good game here, although it's tough to. Oh wow, 3rd place on Fire Called ends up being on the 9 spot.
Yeah, look all the priests of fire now, man. Late fire push.
Yeah, Ozzy, it did turn into. Do you have an observation about like where that exactly went wrong? I know we had some. We were stumbling a little bit on their town round. Something around there. Something started to feel not right. He took a workers action at some point that I also found a little confusing.
I have to look at the game replay and look through it, but it does feel weird to take Fire 1 without connecting and going for network like that in itself. Then you might just think Earth 1's better if you're going points greedy.
Right.
Probably would still get a third town with Earth 1. Oh, probably, I think, and just go like a pure taller game. And maybe rather than building like a third town in the west, you just go from bridge from the stronghold. And I don't think you're getting bridge blocked. Like you probably could still, and you can connect on one ship and get there on network still. Like that, maybe you could have been a better path in hindsight.
Xevoc is now saying those two like fancy cult digs he did on F5 and H6. He's like, yeah, those made no sense.
I just saw that.
That's funny.
So what's Terra still got cooking now? He's got 14 structures, and he's got 2 more dwellings left. So yeah, clearly Alchemists are winning network here.
Yeah.
That's
pretty wild.
Oh, okay. Alchemists have to have second, right? Just kind of jumping ahead a bit, but they got a lot of points. They got like 12 pass points. They're winning network. That's a lot.
Yeah. And they only it's looking good.
It goes to show also just how strong Alchemists and Fjords are. Like even with such a slow start, like I wouldn't say it doesn't matter because it definitely matters, but like it's not. They're far from dead with a slow start. It's just that Cultists were so explosive with the start they got.
Yeah.
But that was the big. Like Terra's going to finish in like I think the 160s here still. Like he's still got a great game going.
Yeah, it's a monster game, and like it's weird though because like that's with 2 bridge towns, only 3 towns total, not 4. I know like that's normal, but 2 with bridges. It was not like easy sailing for Terra Steel, I felt like. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. I think you played really well. I guess there's a question of if Alchemist should have opened Stronghold. You could ask that question. Maybe they don't get Earth 1 then, though, and they don't have the priest production. Like, could they still get 3 ship round 2? I guess starting on the priest bonus, they probably could, but it's yeah, maybe.
You know,
I don't know. Not super clear. Maybe it's something that could be worth looking at, though.
Like, I sometimes feel like it's really important for Alchemist to get E4. Here, it just sat there, and he's getting it at the end, but it's not like that critical ultimately because he could have, it's helping him get a few more cult points, but he could have, dug those last 2 hexes or whatever that he needed elsewhere.
Yeah, or just double dug I2. Like he gets through other ways.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Extra worker kind of thing.
Yeah, so like I still am like you're saying they're so strong. I think key decisions from him were like get to 3 ship at all costs, and that really I think it was very astute going for the Sanctuary Water 1, then also Stronghold, and then being able to see the future and knowing that he would get on that pass scroll twice.
Just be able to casually just throw it in and be able to see the future.
Yeah. that helps.
Like just standard Terra Mystica moves and then seeing the future.
It's such a big swing though. I've had games
massive for sure.
Yeah, I've had games where like my game plan was kind of to do that and I didn't get it on it again. Like I had them both up round 3 and I didn't get that scroll the rest of the game and it did not go well.
Yeah, it's huge for Alchemists. It's such a difference for sure.
I don't even think I was Alchemist, but yeah, especially Alchemist, it's even bigger.
Yeah. And like it takes it away from Giants who like it, like Auren like it.
So
yeah, big scroll in this game.
So we have a really smooth score spread here, which is kind of nice. Oh, geez, that looks terrible.
Yeah, it is pretty close. Like the gaps between every position is pretty close, right?
Yeah. So big congrats to Xevoc. That's a nice bounce back game. So if anyone didn't see the stream yesterday, watch that one. That was awesome too. I won't give it away. Xevoc also played in that. But yeah, that was quite that was cool. There was a lot of interesting stuff happening in the sense of like, yeah, the Northwest start, the getting to cut through, and then some of the tension around connection, and also his decision to not two-key town. I think I still like it. I guess he ends up not even getting that many cult points, which for cultists at least, which is kind of funny, isn't it?
True. Well, 17 cult points. Yeah, I mean, it's still good. I guess with Auren in the game, not as good. I mean, like, expectedly not as good. Yeah, no, but I think you're probably right. In hindsight, like, I was probably over-talking the Tuki Town. Like, maybe it wasn't that important. I think Cultists could have still won by taking it, but it wasn't, like, the all end all. They scored a lot of extra points with taking a higher-scoring town and hitting the town round instead.
Yeah, thanks, Strange.
But it was all fine in the end. Like, it was all good in the end. And I think once he connected, like, and he got all his scoring favors, he was always in a really good spot here.
Yeah. Yeah, and just looking, so Giants only get 105 after auction.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's funny because, like, Giants had, like, 70 points after round 3 or something like that, and, like, I guess just didn't score a ton after that relative to other factions. How many did Alchemists get after auction? I mean, I guess I'll look myself. That's total. Yeah, 198. Okay, I guess it's like a lot of Alchemist things. So yeah, he converted almost 50 DP to coins, like kind of expected. Normal Alchemist stuff.
Yeah. It's
154 for Cultists awarded after auction.
These are big. Yeah, that Alchemist game was monstrous. It's interesting. I guess, like, so do Alchemists not bother? Like, Alchemists go to 3 ship, and does that mean they're, like, kind of not getting in Brown's way quite as much? I don't know as much about coexistence. Yeah. Thanks, all. Thanks for hanging out. Ghostly Ozzy. Kezilu, well played, dude. Any reflections?
Yeah, I'd love to hear. Well, the players are chatting a bit. I'll keep an eye on the game chat. You can keep an eye on chat, maybe? Yeah, no, I'd love to hear some comments.
That was quite a game, and it is fun to see. It is fun to see a game on Fjords to mix it up. I'm a pretty vanilla dude, but basically like base map, you know, classic base map with landscapes or Fjords neat. Those are like my 3 that I get down with. But yeah, ultimately, I just love Terra Mystica, so I'll watch anything.
Me too. I do get tired of playing base map over and over again. I need a little bit of variety, but I tend to go back to Fjords at least when I have a need for a change. So a comment by Xevoc in the chat, which I think makes a lot of sense, is like the brown and green start works maybe best with witches because witches can get their stronghold up and fly and still connect really easily. For green at least, whereas Auren have a tougher time connecting, like if they're not going early shipping, and so kind of an interesting observation is like, maybe it makes more sense for witches to go for that than Auren.
I don't think with Auren. I don't agree because I mean, like I get it, but also witches can get up there anyway. Like they can like it's very common to have that be your 3rd town as witches, and you develop in the middle of the board, and then you fly out to the northwest. Whereas Auren can't get there often if they don't start there. And so, like, to me, I think I like it because you just play 3 towns, no connection, and that's the game plan. You just don't want to do that against cultists.
Right. I guess maybe against halflings it's just different. It's not as...
Yeah, like, I think no connection game plans against cultists are just, like, it's so hard to fight cults.
I just have to say, funny that someone mentioned that Xevoc straight back into arena after this.
Did he really? Did he go straight into arena? Oh,
should we just keep casting?
Yeah. We're gonna do another arena stream. Let's just follow Xevoc around for the next 3 days as he tries to catch bonus.
But interesting. Kezilu was saying in the chat, like, you didn't expect to miss water 1, and if he got it, his plan was to just spam digs into the ground round 4 and just play 10 structure Auren, hit water 1 like with TPs late in the game, and not build a lot of dwellings. So
yeah, okay.
We've been very different. What do you got, Kezilu? Would you have gone for 3 towns still, or just the 2 towns then? I'm guessing you still want a third
Probably
town.
do 3 towns. Yeah, probably 11 structures or something like that. 12. But yeah, I think I like that plan, Kezilu. It just makes me nervous against cultists. And then can you get 2 towns in the town round still after, like you're not getting the extra. Yeah, it was 2 towns. Okay. Yeah, I still like Northwest as Auren personally and just punt network. But all right, we should probably shut it down. Thanks everybody. Barnawal, super fun hanging out.
Yeah, no, great. This is fun.
Yeah,
Pickles, as always.
Thanks for
So nice to sit here and chill.
Yeah. It's nice to see you too. So
yeah.
Oh, Eirik originally was planning to go Culty Giants with 2 key town round 2, but then it got ugly. Oh my god. Against
is that the word? Bleach?
Against Auren and Cultists? You wanted to go Culty Giants? All right. I'm going to get some fresh air.
That would have been a lot of good play.
All right. See you all. Bye.
See you, Pickles.
Bye. And big thanks to the players. Congrats to Xevoc, but also thank you to Terra, Steel, Kezilu, and Eirik for such an awesome show. Really appreciate it. So, all right. See you, everybody.